For today's video, I'm going to share with you the ultimate 2 exercises that will transform your flabby abdominal muscles into your dream six-pack. Want to get washboard abs but have no time to learn a ton of complicated moves? You can with only 2 exercises and with the right technique. Those and also some modifications here and there to up the intensity for when the time comes to level up your game. Simply doing hundreds of crunches won't cut it. It all boils down to genetics, which is already set in stone, and planks and crunches. And no, I'm not talking about doing hundreds of classic planks and crunches. There are many crazy effective variations you can do for each of the 2. Does doing the walking plank help? Is bicycle crunch also on the list? Stay tuned until the last section and I'll tell you my favorite exercise for transforming my midsection. Planks. Overview, benefits, how-to, best variations to get a six-pack. A plank exercise is the best move for strengthening your core and abdomen. It involves holding your body in a straight, inline position as if your whole body is a plank of wood. To me, I find doing planks equally fun and healthy. It strengthens not just my core but also my hips and lower back and improves my body balance. As one of the most highly versatile exercises, it's used in yoga, professional boxing, and sports like hockey, cricket, and football. Adding planks to your routine has a multitude of benefits, including improved posture and flexibility, which I'll discuss next. Benefits of planks. Improved posture. Whenever my back feels stiff and sore from sitting for long periods, I always do planking. Planks can help improve your posture. It strengthens your back, chest, shoulders, neck, and abs, making it easier to keep your shoulders back and your lower back in a neutral position while sitting or standing. Ultimately, this helps establish good posture. Planks also help keep you from hunching while standing or sitting for a long time. Stronger core. The spine, shoulder bones, pelvis, and joints are all parts of the core. With a strong core, you will perform your exercises better. And the 4 most important muscle groups that constitute your core are strengthened with the help of the plank exercise. Increased flexibility. It may not seem like it, but planks are actually a fantastic way to stretch out the lower half of your body. The hold position lengthens your hamstrings and arches your feet. I also use planks, specifically side planks, to stretch my sides. Greater muscle activation. Planks are suited for practically everyone. It's not hard on the spine and back. But more than anything, these exercises don't just work your whole body, not only your core. Planks require your arms, your legs, and all of your abs to do the work, which makes them more efficient and an all-rounder workout. How to do a plank. Number 1, use an exercise mat to provide padding so you can be comfortable on all 4s. The traditional plank is done on your palms. Number 2, starting in the plank position, face down with your forearms and toes on the floor. Number 3, your elbows should be directly under your shoulders and your forearms must be facing forward while your head is relaxed and your eyes on the floor. Number 4, engage your abdominal muscles as you keep your torso straight and rigid and your body in a straight line from your ears to your toes. This is the neutral spine position. Number 5, make sure your shoulders are down, not creeping up toward your ears while your heels are over the balls of your feet. Number 6, hold this position for 10 seconds if you're a complete beginner. Over time, work up to 30 to 60 seconds. 6 best plank variations for six-pack abs. Number 1, side plank. Instead of the traditional plank of having both of your arms as the support, you only use one arm for support as you work the sides of your body separately. As such, it effectively promotes balance and adds intensity to exercise for an even greater muscle burn. Start on your side with your feet together, supporting your upper body only on one forearm with your elbow positioned directly beneath your shoulder. Squeeze your core and lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from your head to your feet. Maintain this position without dropping or sagging your hips for the allotted time for each set. Do the same on the other side. Everyone is familiar with jumping jacks, right? There's also one plank variation that's a crossover of the jumping jack and plank, but more about that coming up in a bit. Number 2, reverse plank. This is like your usual straight arm plank, but only in reverse position. I understand if you feel intimidated by the sound of it, but this is excellent at targeting both the front and back of your body. It's most commonly seen in yoga though, so if you're acquainted with yoga, then all the better. Start by sitting on the floor with your legs fully extended in front of your body. Place hands behind your hips and position them slightly wider than your shoulders with the fingers pointed towards your hips. Lift your hips and torso off the floor and look up towards the ceiling, keeping your neck relaxed. Keep your body in a long line with your softly pointed toes. Hold this position for 30 seconds and then slowly release to the floor. Although reverse planks are great at sculpting your abs, wait till you hear how hard a walking plank can get at targeting your abdominal muscles. Number 3. Walking plank. Also known by many names like the up-down plank, alternating hand plank, and commando plank. This plank variation targets various muscle groups as it requires transitioning from a high plank to a forearm plank. Aside from your abs, it also targets your triceps, shoulders, and lower back. Start by getting into the regular plank position with your palms flat on the floor, arms straight, and hands beneath your shoulders. Squeeze your core as you drop your left elbow down to the ground, followed by your right. At this point, you should still be in a plank position with your weight supported by your elbows. Hold it before you press your left palm into the floor and rise back up to a high plank position. If you're looking for an even more ferocious plank when it comes to torching your abs, then I'm telling you it couldn't get more intense than the number 4 bear plank. By the time you've done a couple of bear planks, your body is going to be roaring with burn. Seriously, your entire core, including the deeper abdominal muscles and those along the spine, are targeted in bear planks. From newcomers to professional athletes, this exercise is made for you. Start in a bear-like position, on your hands flat against the floor and knees and with your toes flat against the floor. Align your shoulders over your wrists, keeping your knees bent at 90 degrees. From there, transfer your body weight forward until you feel it in your chest and shoulder muscles. Raise your knees until they're hovering an inch or two above the ground. Brace your abs and glutes as you do so and hold this position for 20 to 60 seconds while keeping your breathing steady. Number 5. Plank shoulder tap. This plank variation trains and strengthens your core, but it's more of a challenge for the arms and shoulders. It promotes body balance as you maintain your body positioning when you lift one arm at a time. Start in a high or elevated plank position with your arms extended, hands planted directly under your shoulders, and your legs extended. Make sure your body is forming a straight line from your ankles to your shoulders and avoid sagging at your hips. Lift one hand off the ground and tap the opposite shoulder, then return that hand to its original position. Repeat on the other side. Number 6. Plank jack. The plank is a great core strengthening exercise, while the jumping jack is terrific at improving cardio health. And the combination of these two means you're getting the best of two worlds. Start with the standard plank position, supporting your body with your forearms and toes. From there, splay your legs out to the side like in a jumping jack, then bring them back to the original position. Keep your core squeezed throughout for maximum effect. Jump back and forth as many times as you can in a minute, take a break for 30 seconds and repeat. Crunches. Overview, benefits, how-to, best crunch variations to get a six-pack. The crunch is a timeless exercise. It's equipment-free and uses only your body weight as resistance. It primarily trains your abdominal muscles, which are part of your core. Your core consists of your abs, your oblique muscles on the sides of your trunk, and your muscles in your pelvis, lower back, and hips. Together, these muscles help stabilize your body. Trainers highly recommend crunches if you want to tone your muscles and build a stronger, ripped core. Benefits of crunches. Crunches are primarily good for building muscle mass, specifically in the stomach area. In addition to this, doing crunches can lead to stronger core. The core plays a major role in daily activities such as walking, sitting, lifting, etc. Crunches target several muscles in this area, therefore strengthening them and synchronizing them better. As a result, your body performs all those activities easily and with good balance and stability. Reduced back pain. Having weak core muscles can put you at a greater risk of having muscle injuries and lower back pain. Crunches can strengthen those muscles, thus helping prevent injury and reduce any back pain. Improved posture. A weak core often leads to back pain and muscle injuries, mainly because of your posture, which has turned bad. Crunches are a great way of improving your posture by training your core and strengthening it. Better cardiovascular health. Crunches are intense moves that force the heart to pump blood fast. This is good training for the heart and can help improve the organ's main functions. Ultimately, it leads to a healthier and more effective cardiovascular system. How to do a crunch. Number 1, similar to planks, it's better to use a mat so you can get comfortable on the floor. Number 2, to start, lie down on the floor on your back and bend your knees, either putting your hands behind your head or across your chest. Some find the crossed arm position helpful in avoiding pulling on the neck. Number 2, brace your core and then crunch your ribs toward your pelvis using your abdominal muscles to start and complete the movement. Number 3, exhale as you come up and maintain a straight neck with your chin up. Number 4, hold at the top of the movement for a few seconds. Number 5. Slowly lower your back down, but don't relax all the way. Number 6. Complete 15 to 20 repetitions with perfect form for each rep. You may think that doing hundreds of crunches a day will get you a six-pack fast, but unfortunately, it isn't as easy as that. To get a six-pack, it's going to take a lot more than just 10 minutes of doing crunches, and it certainly won't make a difference if you're just doing one variation again and again. Thus, with that in mind, here are the best crunch modifications you can do for getting six-pack abs. 6 best crunch variations for six-pack abs. Number 1. V-Sit Crunch. This ab exercise simultaneously works several areas of the core while also training your balance. It's a serious muscle burner that some cannot do more than 10 to 12 V-sits before reaching failure. Start by lying on your back with your arms by your side. Raise your legs and torso off the floor to prepare. Now, bring your knees in and raise your torso higher with your arms out right in front of you. Slowly return your torso to the floor and straighten out your legs as you do. Stop when your back is on the floor, but not your head, shoulders, or legs. Repeat. Doing planks and crunches is just the tip of the iceberg. You're only hitting your abdominal muscles for the most part. To transform your complete body, you must also take things up a notch. One good way to start that is by incorporating push-ups into your routine, but I'll get to that a little later. Number 2. Side-lying crunch. One night, I decided to switch one of my oblique muscle exercises for the side-lying crunch, and it's been on my routine for a year and counting now. It targets the core as a whole and is good at stabilizing the spine. To start, lie on your right side with your legs lying on top of each other and knees slightly bent. Place your left hand behind your head. From there, move your left elbow up as you would perform a normal crunch while focusing mostly on your obliques. Crunch as high as you can, hold the contraction for a moment, and then slowly drop back down into the starting position. So far, I've only just talked about various plank and crunch modifications that are all equipment-free. But if you have an exercise ball, this is the time to make good use of that by performing the Number 3. Exercise Ball Crunch. Using a Swiss ball as you crunch can expand the range of motion and contract and stretch the abs on each rep. Because of the high effectiveness of this exercise, you can have fewer reps at a lower tempo so long as you emphasize hard contractions. Start by sitting on the exercise ball with your feet flat on the floor, wider than shoulder width apart. Step forward with your feet, allowing the ball to roll back to your lower back. Touch the side of your head with your fingertips. Now, crunch your abs and pull your torso up so your elbows are aiming for your knees. Squeeze your abs tight. Pause and then lower back to the start position. Repeat. Unlike the exercise ball crunch that uses a special kind of ball, the next exercise, despite its name, doesn't need any sort of equipment. Rather, it's more about replicating the cycling movement. The reason being it's called the Number 4. Bicycle Crunch. This effective ab exercise works the upper ab muscles as well as the deep abs and the obliques. Compared to the average crunch, this one needs a lot more attention to detail. To start, lie flat on the floor on a mat with your lower back pressed to the ground and knees bent. Plant your feet flat on the floor and keep your hands behind your head. Contracting your core muscles, pull your shoulder blades back and slowly raise your knees to about a 90-degree angle, raising your feet from the floor. Perform a bicycle pedal motion, bringing one knee up towards your armpit as you strengthen the other leg while keeping both higher than your hips. Rotate your torso to touch your elbow to the opposite knee as it comes up. Twist to the other side while drawing that knee towards your armpit and the other leg extended until your elbow touches the alternate knee. Number 5. Vertical Leg Crunch. I like this variation because it works both my upper and lower body, making it a good total body workout exercise. Holding the legs in the air activates both my upper and lower abs more than a regular crunch does. Start with a sit-up position and lift your legs until they form a straight line perpendicular to the floor. Place your hands behind your head, contract your abs to engage your core, and raise your shoulder blades off the floor. Slowly lower yourself back to the starting position before repeating the exercise. Another crunch variation you should include in your abs workout routine is the Number 6. Seated Knee Tuck. This exercise is excellent for training the upper and lower abdominals and improving core strength. It also challenges my balance. I perform it often on the floor, but on some days I do it on the bench for added challenge. Start by sitting on the ground with your legs extended out. Place your hands on the ground beside you for support and lean back at a roughly 45-degree angle with your back straight. Contract your abs as you bend your legs and bring your knees toward your chest. Hold for a second or two and then fully extend your legs without touching the mat. So, you've reached this part of the video, and before I end, here's my little hack to having a six-pack. Back extensions. You can do this on the floor or at the gym using a Roman chair. To do the easy version, lie face down on the mat, arms straight out in front of you, palms down and legs behind you. Slowly lift your right arm and left leg off the floor so they're an inch or two off the ground. Hold them in that position for several seconds and then lower and repeat with the opposite arm and leg. The thing is, your body goals shouldn't just end at having a six-pack. To achieve a balanced, well-toned physique, you need to explore your options, and there are so many other exercises you can benefit from other than those two I've shared. One of those is the push-up. Learn more about how this old but gold move has earned its illustrious reputation in the fitness industry in this next video.